The next one, a rotary telephone, is trust. So helping creatives feel secure to do their most creative work. So really building that mutual trust. Empathy for my talent and skills is essential. If my lead is not creative, it's important that they at least appreciate creativity. So as a leader, I foster trust by encouraging autonomy and bravery. I mentioned Automatic's trial process earlier. So part of that trial is also that we're seeing how well that person can work autonomously and how well they can sort of get on with decisions without needing to wait for somebody necessarily. Of course, you need to wait for input, but just to be able to just be brave and experiment, make decisions, and move forward. So this is a really, important thing to do. And when you are communicating what you're doing asynchronously, like on P2, you have more time to think and process and put together cohesive thoughts when it's in that long form format. So we make a lot of decisions that way because you can spend time, and when you're writing about anything, you have to spend that time to figure out what you actually think about this thing, and you have to get it to a certain, you're not being reactive, just reacting to what someone said. You're actually giving time to think and write about that. So also very important. I step back from hands-on creative work so that I empower my team. Said the test that I was supposed to be. I try to do this. This is something I'm working on. I love creative work so much, and it's really exciting to me, and I really want to dive into it. But I recognize that that's not my job. It's my job to empower my team, to unleash the creative potential in them, and to really be in awe of their work. And I really do believe that they're better than I am at most things. So I try to remind myself to stay out of the weeds on that, and so that they can shine in their creative work. And that really builds trust too, because they see that I trust them. I try to involve creatives early, and a lot of this is reminding other people to involve creatives early. It's too often that happens when creatives, especially designers, get pulled in right at the end of a project and just make this look pretty. They hate that. They're happy to make something pretty, but they really hate that. They feel like they have really good ideas, and they do, and they want to be involved from the start of a project. It's always going to make it better. So I try to do that as much as possible and to encourage other people to do that. I create safe spaces. So we have private Slack channels as back channels for the team, where people can share shitty first drafts without judgment. They can gripe about stuff, just anything like that, whether it's personal or work related. Sharing early work is really important for creatives, but it's really intimidating to share it out to the organization. And when you're working like we are so transparently, it sometimes feels really daunting to do that. So having these safe spaces, usually it's a private Slack channel, or it might be like a Figma board or something like that that's only accessible by a few people, really helps to build that trust and get that important early feedback. I also try to encourage a diverse range of perspectives and ideas. So I think this is really important because not only are creatives usually very diverse and have really good ideas and perspectives, but when we work remotely and asynchronously, we have a lot of people from different cultures, different countries, and just a really diverse range of people. And I want to hear from all of them. So some ways that I do that, be really present on Zoom meetings. I heard a tip once, which is to keep your hands visible in the Zoom so that people know that you're not multitasking. It's not like, hi everyone, what are you doing? But just, maybe you're taking a drink of water, and that actually taking a drink of water is a really great one to give other people a chance to speak. But yeah, just using your hands or showing that you're really present on Zoom meetings. I also just encourage experimenting with productivity. So if somebody wants to move a meeting around so they can go to the gym at the time that's best for them or whatever, all of those things are possible, especially when you work remote. And so I really encourage that because it just makes creatives more creative when they feel like they can be their whole selves.